wood yard. We've got a firewood delivery. We're gonna do it right now. Here we go. So I had a customer call me about 15 minutes ago, and he asked if I could bring him some wood sometime in the next 2-3 days. I said, well, sure. I don't have anything going on right now. I was working on editing. I said, do you want it today? He said, that'd be great. He said, but I got to leave in about 2 hours. I said, well, I'll leave right now. I'll go get your wood and I'll bring it. So he said, if I could be here in an hour, it'd be awesome. So I got to get hustling, got to get him his wood because he's got money and he wants to give it to me. So I got to do it. So this guy always gets the same thing. He gets 1 face cord, 1/3 of a cord of pine, and he gets 1 face cord of either mixed hardwood or maple. And he said, bring me the same thing. It's awesome because he likes to mix it in their fire pit. He gets 3 loads almost every summer. He got 1 already this year. This will be his second one, and he usually gets 1 in the fall. So time to chuck some wood. There it is, 2/3 of a cord, 2 face cords, 1 of maple and 1 of pine. It's in, it got hot really fast. It's supposed to get into the 90s today, and right now it's probably already 80, so whew, very humid too. Well, we're gonna go down the road, we're gonna rescue probably twin Uncle Benjamins and maybe even a Jackson or 2. I am back from my big dump that we just did, and on my way back I got some lunch and I got a hold of my delivery I'm supposed to be doing later today, and he's not home yet, so he said maybe today, maybe tomorrow. So instead of just sitting around waiting, I'm gonna get to work. I got 2 hours at least here that I can work on splitting wood. So this is all the wood that Mike and his grandson cut up, all the odd stuff. There's elm, there's ash, there's box elder, a little bit of everything. So I'm gonna work on splitting that, and I'm gonna put it right into the bucket and then go and dump it into that new bin where I've been dumping the wood. And people have asked me on the channel, how come I don't use the elevator anymore? Well, I will, be patient. Elevator's right here waiting for me when I need it. And I'm not using it because the elevator works good if I'm trying to make it really high, or if we've got the wood right next to the bin that we're putting it in. And what I'm gonna do is, I got the tractor with the big bucket, I'm gonna split right into it like I've been doing the oak that I've been putting back in that bin. And I just run back and forth. It's nice to take a break, dump it, come back. That way I don't have to scoop anything. It just goes right in. The tractor, I can get most of it in. I can shove it up a little bit. But when it gets to where the tractor can't pile it anymore into the middle, because it is 4 pallets wide, and I think it's 13 pallets long, then we will take the elevator out there. I will scoop up the wood, whether it's this wood here or this oak that's over here that I cut on my neighbor's cottage property. That stuff I will scoop up into the bucket. We'll take it back there with the splitter. Will be out there, the elevator will be out there, and then we'll elevate it up into the top and get it up nice and high. So it's going to happen eventually, but for now this seems to work pretty good. It did warm up since I loaded that first batch. It was like 80 something. Right now it's probably about 88. It's supposed to get to like 92 or 3. So I just went into the barn, and there's well water. It's in the barn. They've got a system that goes down, and so it's just unbelievably cold water. This is actually cold. This hat, I wanted to show, in case you guys haven't seen this before, this is my Norman hat. It's all wet now. It's made to get wet. The brand is Mission. My wife bought me this one and then a ball cap like the one I got on now, but it's black. This one works really good for blocking the sun. It stays nice and cool. You get it wet, and this is actually foam inside of here, so I don't know if I don't want to squeeze out too much, but you can see there's actually water in the hat. And it lasts for, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half or so, nice and cool. I put it on, and it keeps me really nice and cool. It's almost like working under shade when you got this thing on. So I'm gonna put this on, and we're gonna start up the splitter and get to work. So I've been splitting into the pile here. Got a bunch done. I got, how did I do, 2 buckets or 3? 2? Can't remember, I don't know, I'm just going. And whenever I'm splitting like that, a lot of times I'll go like an hour or so. That was probably, I don't know, 40 minutes or something like that, because I only did a little bit there. But I got hot, so I went and I got my goofy hat wet again, some cold water. Got something to drink, checked my phone. When I checked my phone, my neighbor guy, who's my customer that wants this white oak, had gotten a hold of me and he said he's gonna be home tonight by 6 o'clock, and he's literally a block away from me. And I told him he wanted 2 face cords, or 2/3 of a cord, and I said I got about a half a cord. And he said, that's fine, just bring one of them for now, bring 1 face cord. And he said he doesn't need it right now. He said he's gonna be using it probably in about a month, so I'm gonna get this to him. And I told him that it's important that I get it to him because I've been selling so much white oak that I don't have a lot. And I promised him this like 2 months ago, because he said, yeah, sometime late summer, get me some white oak. And this is all I got left right here that's processed. Obviously there's some more behind me in the piles here. And this stuff, he said, will last him through most of the winter. And then if I bring another one sometime during the winter, that'll last him probably in spring, because he goes through about a full cord a year just smoking just on his own, because they have parties and friends over and stuff, and he's got a really nice smoker, and he goes through quite a bit of wood, but he really likes the white oak. So I'm gonna get the trailer hooked up to the truck right now. I'm gonna get it loaded up right now, and then when I go home, like in an hour or whenever, when I get done splitting, get heat stroke, whatever it is I'm gonna get today, I can take it home with me, and then when he gets home later, I'll just go over and dump it in his driveway. So I'm gonna load some wood right now. So there's what's left. I just piled that stuff up so it was off the ground pretty much. And here's the 1/3 of a cord, face cord, Rick Rank roll, truckload. Somebody calls it a cube now, apparently. I've heard that lately, that it's a cube. I don't know, there you go. Wood. Now the reason I'm bringing this up, because I bring it up a lot, because a lot of people are like, hey, I'm sick and tired of hearing, you know, face cord, 1/3 of a cord, Rick Rank roll. I bring it up because I get guys every day that make comments on current videos and old videos of mine that are, most of the guys are usually from the East Coast, in states that are more communist in nature, that they have rules for everything and you can't breathe unless they give you permission kind of stuff. And apparently out there you have to use full cord, 1/3 of a cord, or half cord. Those are only measurements you can use. But in most of the rest of the civilized world, you can say whatever you want. If 2 people agree, if you want to call it a truckload and you agree on a price and you're both happy, it doesn't matter. We here in the Midwest pretty much use face cords, universal. That's just what we do. We say face cord, which is 1/3 of a cord, which is 4 feet high, 8 feet long, 16-inch pieces, stacked. And the way I know how much is in here is that I have loaded my trailers in my truck thousands of times with measured cords, 1/3 of a cord, 2/3 of a cord, full cords, and I know how much it takes to fill them. So I had a guy just recently made comments, yesterday actually it happened, that he was flagged and he was put on the naughty list on my channel, not by me, but by YouTube, because he was using extremely foul, inappropriate language that I don't really want on my channel, and neither does YouTube, neither do the advertisers. And he was very rude and made some really nasty comments, and he did it on a bunch of videos. So they flagged him, which means if I report him, I just say, yes, I don't agree with this, don't want him on here, he will be flagged by YouTube. He'll never be able to make another comment on anybody else's channel, period. And if he's got an account on YouTube, he can actually lose that account too. So there are consequences to your actions, people. So I'm just mentioning this so that everybody knows you got to play nice, play by the rules, because it is not my playground. I just, I'm kind of like a hall monitor. That's all I am. And I bring out the balls for everybody to play with, and the marbles, whatever. I bring out the stuff so you guys can watch, and then you can comment. But if you are nasty, you will be gone, either by me or YouTube. And YouTube usually catches it first. So just be aware of that, guys. They don't want foul language, hate speech. They don't want people fighting and arguing. I try not to do anything political. I try to keep that neutral as possible, because the way I see it, half the people are wrong, half the people are right, no matter what side you're on. So I just want to get along with everybody, and I'm not going to be a guy that's going to take a big political stance. I'm just not going to do it. I've never done it in all the years in my business. Everybody's money is green. Some people have beliefs I don't agree with, and they're entitled to that. This is a free country. This is not a communist country yet, but it might be someday. So there's that. Okay, the wood is in. I'm going back to splitting some wood. it is. I put a little dent in the pile. I think I did 4, 5 buckets full, something like that. I don't know. And people ask me, how much wood is in a bucket. If you take your time and kind of put as much in as you can, I think you can get about a half of a face cord or a sixth of a full cord. But if you just throw it in loose, don't really worry about it, I would say at least a third of a face cord, which would be a, what would that be? 1/9 of a full cord, something like that. It doesn't matter. Just put it until it looks like it's full enough, and then I dump it. Not measuring, don't care, because I ain't stacking. Throw it in the bin, let it dry, throw it out into the trailer. So everything from right here over is going to be all mixed hardwood, and everything from here down is going to be the dry oak that I'll be able to sell right away. And this stuff will be ready probably by winter, because it's drying really fast. I checked some of the stuff down this end here the other day with a moisture meter. I split one open, it was already down to like 22%. And you can just feel it by lifting it. It's drying really fast, but this kind of wood does dry fast. There's, like I said, there's box elder, ash, elm, there's some popple, there's some cottonwood in there. I saw a stick of apple wood, which that'll dry slower by far. Pretty much any of the nut woods or fruit woods, they dry slower. That's just the way it is, like your oak, your hickory, beech, apple, pear, kumquat, zucchini, that kind of stuff. So that's all I'm going to do for splitting for today. And because I am hot and I'm out of time, and it's getting much hotter. It's in the 90s right now, so I don't feel like doing it anymore. I feel like going and sitting in air conditioning and editing. And then this evening, I'm going to run over to my neighbors and we're going to do this delivery. We're going to deliver this to him, and that'll be what you see next. You'll see a Dumpalinsky, a Dumparoonie, a big steamy squat. That's what you're going to see right now. Gotta keep pushing, keep pushing. It's gonna go real high. That's one, you got more to go. Okay, now when it stops, you gotta stop. Go ahead a little bit more, keep going. There you go, that's it. Okay, now we're gonna put that cord inside of that case up there, and I'm gonna drive ahead, it's gonna all crash.